All right. What up, everybody? Welcome to the Enough Said podcast. We are in season 5. We are in week 3, and we got a lot going on today. We got a special guest here today and a lot happening. We're going to talk about some good stuff. Obviously, the Eagles. We got the mass unit game going on out in LA. We got a Chargers fan here. We got Jermaine back. Everybody is like in the house today. This is exciting. What up, everybody? What's happening?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Another week of NFL.
That's right, man. Another week of NFL, usual suspects. So, hey, before we begin, as always, you can check us out on all the major social media channels. That is Enough Said Crew. And you can email us as well, enoughsaidcrew@gmail.com. We are streaming live on Twitch. Oh my gosh, YouTube, everywhere. Hopefully Instagram, right, Dre? Did we finally get Instagram working?
On Instagram, yes.
All right. We are on Instagram now. That is awesome. So thank you to all our followers, as always, who could check us out every week. We definitely appreciate you. Hey, also, we're recording a special show Tuesday night. We have a guy who does NFL production. His name is Bobby Reed. We're going to be recording that Tuesday night, and then you can check it out next Sunday. Really special episode. So make sure you check us out, and that episode is going to be awesome. We're going to talk about everything from how we produce an NFL game to maybe some behind the scenes work and everything like that. So check us out next Sunday. Very special, 11 o'clock as always. Hey, we got a special guest, Kai. What up, brother?
How you doing?
What up, Kai?
What's up? You're back.
Yeah.
Good to be back.
So, Kai, you don't know, but every time I come up with a rhyme, usually for guests. So here's your rhyme, man. Every time I picked them to win last year, it was a non-starter. There's nothing like being a Bolts fan, a Charger. So
that's the life of a Charger fan.
Oh,
It's
man.
just despair and despair, but Jim Harbaugh's here to lift our hopes up,
There you go.
Well-
there you go.
Yeah.
right now, they have a better record than the Eagles. That's all I know. So
Yeah, better record my team. Better record my team.
Looking to make it 3-0.
yeah, that's right. Trying to
So-
make it 3. Hey, that's a winnable game with Pittsburgh today. We're going to get into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so tell us, like, how did you get into watching the Chargers? How did this all begin, man?
So LT, the great, the
Okay, Thomas.
GOAT, greatest running back of all time.
Lawrence Taylor.
No, LaDainian Tomlinson. That LT. The second LT. But it's that's, and they look at the colors. You see these powder blue colors. It's just, I was a young kid, didn't know what I was doing really. Didn't want to be a Cowboy fan like my parents.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I chose. I didn't realize I was picking somebody that had such a history of not winning. So I didn't know what I was getting into. So I'm here now. So they've already got me in. So can't get me out now.
That's awesome. I remember when I was a kid, one of my favorite quarterbacks was Dan Fouts, right? And you can't beat that. It's going old school, I know. But
Yeah, that
he was
older
a
than me.
beast.
That was older than me.
Yeah.
Breeze was my first quarterback.
Okay.
That's who I remember.
Yep.
So
And almost Manning, but we won't talk about that. Eli.
I know. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Eli.
But we prefer Phillip Rivers. The one I got on today.
Okay.
Phil's
Okay.
guy.
Yeah, Eli's like, yeah, thanks, but no thanks, Charlie. I'm going to New York, but all right. Well, like I said, welcome, man. We really appreciate you coming out today, and we're going to get all your thoughts, of course, on all these games and everything like that. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Here we go, guys. Jermaine, do you know what a minute 38 is?
No, but let's just pause for a minute. What is that? Look, today is Happy National Army Dodge Day because my team and the Rams are so beat up. It's like literally a game of Army Dodge.
You don't know what that is, Jermaine?
I got Doc McStuffins in the background. Okay. All right.
Man, you're children, Jermaine. Jesus.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Doc McStuffins. Okay, now I remember. All right, I'm looking at it. I'm like, what the hell is in the back?
It looks creepy.
It does look creepy.
Let's make it a little bit bigger.
Like Doc
Look at that.
McStuffins like
Go back to
to slap the crap out of Mike. That's what's happening. Get it together, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah, their team's all beat up, man. I had enough showed a little handicap symbol for the Niners and the Rams.
Oh, okay.
It's like a red cross symbol or something back there, man. That's some creepy dude staring at you. You know?
Those eyes are
That'd be funny, man. You
He's
put the
like,
man picture up there with the truck run over the players.
Right.
Ambulance running over them. But no, that's awesome.
Man.
Go ahead,
All right,
Jermaine.
Dr.
Look,
I'll give you a hint, Jermaine, though. That minute 38 has something
I
to
know
do
what
with
it
people
does.
being hurt. But go ahead. Besides
Being
that,
hurt.
Yeah.
What, that's minute 38 is when that last drive wasn't it?
Yeah, you got it, man.
Yeah,
Ding, ding.
mhm.
That's
Yep,
it.
yeah.
Not only that, but it's how long it takes Dre to get down the steps after his last We'll get to that
Well,
later.
Well, I haven't fell down the steps yet. So, season I haven't.
It's coming. You do, Dre.
But
All that basketball, man.
it does it. That'll do it. Jermaine, the defense. What?
let's put
Minute
Jermaine up here.
38, the defense. Come on,
Fangio
man.
for you.
Hey, like I told you, I mean, I think we spoke about this before. Everybody's talking about, this draft, this draft this year. Y'all had a good draft, and I said, no, it's not about this year's draft.
Yep.
It's about last year's draft with all those Georgia players and all that stuff. And they're not, and all of them, every last one of them are not stepping up. So I'm completely on the edge about jumping off because every last one of them are a bust. I mean, right now, every last one of them is a bust. You can't get no pressure. And then we changed over to a 3-4 defense, Al.
Huff? Where's Huff? Where's
Yeah, and then that $54 million man. Yeah, Huff. I'm seeing him. He can't even get off the block. I was like, yo, what are you doing, man? It's like you're hugging the lineman. It's like, hey, man, nice to meet you. Get off the block, dude. You know what I mean? Come on. You're making it easier for this lineman and whatnot. So, I don't know. I don't know. Let's just see. I mean, Fangio's supposed to be this guru of a defense and whatnot. What is going? Yeah, come on, man. Come on.
Cheese, yep.
not only Fangio, but then you throw the ball twice to our punt returner when you got to score.
Yeah, man, what's going on? Giving it to Covey. I mean,
Britton Covey, or give it to Britton Covey.
I was like, hold on, what?
That's Kellen Moore for you. That's Kellen Moore offense.
There you go.
He was
our
right
coordinator
along.
last year. That's why the offense sucked last year.
Yeah,
Our offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Glad he's gone.
That's
Somebody
right,
else
Ty.
said it.
You have
Yeah,
first
you had him. That's
First-hand experience with that offense
Here we go,
and that
KD.
defense too. So Brandon Staley's defense is just the exact same thing as Vic Fangio's. So it's I know firsthand.
I mean, KD, right? Good.
KD. I'm not throwing the whole team away. I'm still a fan. Let's just be real, man. I mean, come on. What was it? A minute 38, Sal?
That's right.
A minute 38, and you could not get no pressure. The game should have been done. You know what I mean?
Plays, 58 yards.
I'm just saying, and it looked like in the middle of the game that it was a bend but don't break defense. I mean, they charged all the way down the field, then they really tighten up. I was like, okay, I mean, this is what we got to live with. But you let Kirk Cousins 80%, maybe 75% with that Achilles heel sit in that pocket all day and whatnot, and just destroy the second. Come on, man. Come on. We just got to look at this, man. You know what I mean? I mean, it's got to get fixed, and it's got to get fixed now.
Exactly. And for me, I don't really see any difference from last year right now.
Nope.
It's pretty much the same. And I'm always on Hurts, and Hurts did better in the run. Yeah. But at the same time, man, some of the plays I didn't like, and me and Jermaine talked this off about it, but he made me come think about it. Basically, I was upset in the first quarter when Kellen, I guess, or Nick, they went for it and didn't get the 3 points. And to me, I felt that 3 points was to make difference to win the game. But then Jermaine brought up a good point. He's like, well, Dre, it could have been different anyway. If we did hit the 3 points, they would have probably had a different scheme. So I get all that. But I was upset of the coaching. And then, from my understanding, Nick can just say we go for it, we don't. It was Kellen who made that call, and it was up for Nick to approve it. So I'm going back to say that analogy where you have a project manager who gets fired, not the project manager gets fired. So like I'm pissed off at that, and then I'm pissed off at at the way the defense did not have any pressure whatsoever,
Mm-hmm.
and only one stop from Jordan. That was it.
Yep.
Okay. Then there was no pressure on the ends. And then, Kirk Cousins sitting there just doing his thing, back there like this, getting his thing. And then at the end, what the hell was Slay? Slay's talking about, oh, my bad. I messed up. Man, you sat there and you went that way and you were like, oh, I got to go this way. I'm like, what are you doing? You got to cover the line. You got to cover the edge. So, I don't see no difference right now, man. I don't.
I look at it this way, man. The draft, I mean, everybody gets all hyped for the draft, but the draft is 50-50. I'm sorry. Either you hit or you miss. That's just my opinion. I mean, look at Tom Brady. You hit in the 6th round. All these first rounders and all that stuff, I mean, in the past and in the, and what's going to come up in the future, it's 50-50. I mean, flip a coin. Everybody gets hype and all that stuff and whatnot. We drafted all these Georgia players and whatnot, and they're not coming up to par. I'm sorry. They're not coming up to par.
Howie.
I know. It's a hit, 50-50. It's a hit and miss. I'm starting to look at this draft.
I'm starting to look at Howie. I've been looking at Howie.
Yeah.
Kai, Kellen Moore, is this him? Is he just overly aggressive?
I'd say do you have an issue with just free blitzers coming in at Jalen Hurts?
Yeah.
Like how does he deal with pressure?
Not good.
Not good. So that's something where Kellen Moore definitely needs to improve, I'd say, but he probably won't. He'll definitely have a good pass scheme if Jalen Hurts can hit those passes. That's the question. But Saquon should eat in this offense. We'll see. I mean, he was averaging 5-6 yards that game.
Yeah.
What was that?
They
What was
really
that
should have
third
ran
down
the
at the end
ball.
of the game?
Yeah. At the end of the game,
That was like, just run the ball.
Yeah, just run the ball.
Run the ball.
Yeah, right.
Keep the clock
Run it
moving,
twice.
Run the ball. Yeah, just keep running it. They really weren't stopping it. So
you got that big pound man, Kai, in the backfield, and you're still doing the damn tush push. Stop it. You got to stop it. Run Saquon. That's what you're paying the $38 million for. Stop.
Exactly.
And that tush push, I'm telling you, I told Dre the other night, it's just a matter of time. Y'all keep playing around and trying to be cute, thinking that this is going to work. I'm telling you, somebody, just like what Sal, his favorite saying, somebody's going to break their back. And spinal. That's what's going to happen. It's spinal.
Terminal.
This person's done for the career.
Final.
Final.
I broke my back. Stop.
About to find out in November.
In the back. Let him, like you said, Kai, let him eat. Let him eat, man. Let him go.
Let him eat. Yeah. Just gotta keep handing the ball.
Yeah. Let's let's go to the other favorite, Mike. The 49ers didn't do much better. They didn't fare much better. They got some injuries now. Here we go. Debo again. Oh, I'm hurt again. Freaking.
Yeah. No, it's going back to repeated last year, every year, right?
Here we go.
Same story. You saw my rant texting about it. I mean, that game happened the exact same way as it happened last year. All the same kind of mistakes against Minnesota. It was a big play. Last year Addison, took the ball from Ward and got that big touchdown, and on that cover zero play, and that kind of opened that game up. And then they still didn't lose by a lot, but it just changed the whole demeanor of the game. Then the penalties crept in, and the turnovers, some fluky turnovers. It was like last year, except no CMC was playing. That was the only difference. See how they do today. I mean, they got a rebound for sure. They got the team to rebound against, thank goodness, before the schedule gets real hard. But I'm not worried. I just not yet.
Well, Sneed, listen to me. The safety of CJ Gardner-Johnson, he might not even play today. So the Eagles secondary could get worse. So we could very well see today the 49ers and Eagles both being 1 and 2. And interestingly, this is great. So Jermaine picked up Chris Olave, and I picked up Rashid Shaheed. So whoever actually tears apart the Eagles defense more, he will win that fantasy football matchup.
Dang.
We both weren't thinking the Eagles defense was going to do well. So whoever. And Charvarius Ward, Mike, is he playing? I heard he was kind of hurt.
I think he's going to be out.
I think
he's going to be out.
Yeah.
It's a match word for sure. But if you're going to get hurt, at least get hurt early in the season, and hopefully you guys come back later in the season. I think right now the big concern to me is Christian McCaffrey, because I'm not sure he's coming back. I mean,
Mike, don't say that.
We'll see.
Don't say that, Mike. Don't say that, Mike.
I know for fantasy purposes, that's not what you want to hear.
I picked him number one. I picked him number one.
Oh man, see,
in your fantasy league, huh? Wow.
But see, guys, Kai, Mike. I mean, let's look at this. I mean, the preseason. Nobody didn't play in the preseason, and now you got all these damn injuries. You know what I mean? So, I mean, do y'all agree with that? I mean, this is ridiculous, man. I mean, it's just going all up and down the league as far as with these major injuries and whatnot. And it's probably going to take like 4 weeks of the season because that's pretty much the preseason, and then everybody starts.
Yeah.
But that's
right.
It's a shame, man.
Yeah.
It's a shame that all this is happening. I mean, they got to look at that and say, look, let's just do away with this because you're having practices. You know what I mean? With other teams doing training camps. So that should be your preseason pretty much. So
yeah. That's a great point, KD. Like, love the season so far. New hot teams are blowing up expectations. Have says McCaffrey's done. It's an interesting season so far. And yeah, man, I think you're right, Jermaine. Like, it's who knows with these guys. Like, and they're talking about going down to 2 games now for preseason, and then adding an 18th, 19th. I mean, are we just not going to have preseason eventually? Like, where's this going to end?
I don't know where it's. I mean, all I know is bottom line is it's going to turn to flag football before it's all said. It's going to be flag football. You know, you can't hit anybody, or you can't do this because they're talking. They disrupted that tackle as far as that hip tackle. Somebody got hurt. Who got hurt off of that?
It was
Mixon. Hip tackle.
And then he got fined. The player got fined for that hip drop tackle.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he did get fined.
But no flag.
Yeah.
What's the name went off because he thought he got hip drop tackle Jamar Chase and that Chiefs thing. He was they had to call him down.
They actually fined him too for that hip drop tackle too.
But he did? Okay.
Yep.
So, Chase was fired up, man. Like, calm down, man.
Yeah. 15.
Yeah. Right.
So man, and then CJ Carter Johnson, they almost fined him. He's like, my helmet popped off, man. I didn't do it.
Man, I thought that was about to change. I thought I looked like he threw his helmet off though.
It did.
I was like, oh,
no, he came with the defense lawyer real quick. Just popped off.
Right.
I will say that was a good play. I mean, I can't stand him, but that was a critical play at the time. I mean, that looked like that was the game-winning play. Like that was it. Yeah. The Eagles got the ball back and went out and scored.
Run the clock out.
Yeah, that was critical, man. That was an excellent tackle.
Come on, Mike. I even heard Drake Greenlaw give him applause for that one. Come on, man.
You will send some chocolates, right?
That's right. Let's get into some of the predictions for today real quick. Or do we want to get to Mike's passing stat leader chart? Do we have that ready, Dre?
Let's just do the passing. The passing thing. All right, that's cool.
You want to do that, or you want to roll out? Do you have it ready?
Let's I say we do the predictions, then we'll talk about some quarterback stuff.
All right, we can do that. Sounds like a plan. All right, so obviously last week, Eagles, Falcons, 22-21 final. Today, Eagles, are going to New Orleans. New Orleans has scored 91 points in the last 2 games. Derek Carr has enjoyed playing a half of a game both weeks because they've been such blowouts. He's been able to just sit on the bench and drink his coffee or whatever. Guys, this is going to be a tough matchup for the Eagles defense. Jermaine, your boy Kamara, 51 points last week. Who the hell knows what he's going to do with this run defense this week?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know, guys. This is a tough one. Let's start with our guest, Kai. Who you like in this matchup? You like the Eagles or you like the Saints?
I gotta pick the Saints in this one just because of the Eagles' defenses. Yeah, they might get behind too quickly, and I'm not sure if Hurts is really built to come from behind. If he's got to throw the ball more, we saw what that looked like. So I'd say I'd probably get this one to the Saints, and they just got the hot hand. They're confident right now because a lot of people thought they were going to be bad, including me.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to be one of the worst teams in the league, honestly. But they are surprising me right now. So we'll see if they can keep the hot hand this week. So, go
They got some playmakers. And Hef's like we not mentioned I'm in first place. Is he in first place in Pick'em? I know he's not first place in fantasy. He might be.
We know KD's not. You know that's.
Well, he picked all Eagles. You know that.
First of all, Hef. Only one game so far this week. Okay, it was the Jets. Okay, you got to find out about the rest of us by Monday or Tuesday. So we'll see you in first place by then.
Dre, Eagles Saints. Can Kellen Moore pull a rabbit out of his hat here? Well, forget that. Can Vic Fangio settle down this defense?
Guys, you know how the Eagles are. They win the games they're not supposed to, right? It's always been like that. And I have a feeling they're going to win this one. It's going to be a close one. I'm not going to say it's no blowout, but I am concerned that AJ Brown he's still out. Yeah. AJ Brown is still out. So I'm still worried about why we throwing the Covey. So, and again, can Hurts get to Dallas? Get the Dallas Goedert, because that was when I saw week 1 when we got to him, and then it opened up for Smith or even our other our third wide receiver as well. So offensively, we got to do better. And of course, we know about the defense. I am scared. I don't know what the hell's going on with the defense. I really don't. And they got to get some kind of pressure, something, man. I mean, to me, the offense has got to win this game today.
Yes.
I'm taking the Eagles. So
yeah. Hef, we'll do you any way we want. All right, so don't do that.
Johnny Wilson.
Johnny Wilson. That's awesome. Mike, who you like?
Well, it's a tough one. It feels like common sense says to take the Saints, but the Saints put up a bunch of points against a team that we know is really bad in the Panthers, and then in the Cowboys, who have a new defensive coordinator, and so they're kind of going through the motions of trying to learn a new system, similar to how the Eagles, I think, are going through the motions trying to learn 2 new systems, both in offense and defense. So you hope that there's going to be improvement in that sense, and that you think that the Eagles will put up a better show. So I got the Eagles, I think, pulling up an upset, not a blowout by any means, but just grind out a win. I mean, the team needs it, man. I'm telling you, if they go down and they get, especially if they get beat down, it's going to be bad, especially for Nick, because he's on the hot seat already. I'm telling you, the national media, I think, has a agenda against him a little bit. They kind of want to see him get fired. I think they just turn sour on him. So, I think the Eagles really need this win, so I think they're going to get it.
All right. Dre, you know how it goes. I'm going to use your saying. You know how it goes. Whenever Sal doesn't pick the Eagles, they win. So I'm going to do that this week. I'm going to say that the Saints are going to win this, and most likely the Eagles will probably win and kill my pick 'em again. But it's tough. You got to go down to New Orleans. But Jalen Hurts may have, for the first time this week, he stood up Friday in front of the whole team and gave a speech. So maybe he's finally starting to take over that leadership a little bit that was missing. Let's see how the team responds to that this week. Right. That's going to be the most interesting part. Right. It is tough without AJ Brown, but I think they're trying to get him 100%. They just don't want it to linger the rest of the year. So I get it. They're trying to rest him as much as they can, but yeah, if it goes down 1-2, I agree with you guys, especially Mike. Yeah, it's going to be hot in Philly this week, man. If it goes to 1-2, and
remember, we have an early bye week. It's week 5.
Yes,
so we got a long season.
Yep.
So
yeah. And I'm assuming that AJ will not be back until after the bye week.
Yeah.
So you got to.
Yeah.
I mean,
when is the bye week?
5. Week 5.
Yeah. So
so you got the same one as us too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're in week 3. They're going to give him 2 more weeks and bring him back after. He'll be ready for week 6. So
yeah.
But I mean, Mike stole my thunder. I mean, that's just pump the brakes just a little. Okay? With the Saints, okay? They beat Carolina. I mean, what is that? You know what I'm saying? So, and if you count Dallas as a legitimate team, which seriously I don't, because I feel as though they still got problems. I mean, they shut down Dak because they don't have a damn running game. So now it's like, hey, come on, man. I mean, 2 teams and whatnot. Let's see what they can do with a legitimate running game. And like you said, Jalen Hurts, I think he's starting to progress. And like you said, starting to figure it out. like remember last year I told you he was young, and I think, and the maturity level as far as him being a leader and everybody looking at him and all that stuff, I feel as though he is progressing to being that, to being that guy. And he had a decent game in Atlanta. You know what I mean? 84. He looked like the old one. He looked like the old Jalen Hurts running the ball, when he was out there in space and all that stuff.
Right.
So last year, he was hurt. Last year was just definitely nobody ain't saying anything. He was hurt. But that's why I said, hold on. I mean, they're 2-0. I think it's a fraudulent 2-0, to be honest with you. I think it's fraud, until you show me something. Today, if you go out there and spank the Eagles, you know what I mean? Like you've been spanking the 2 games, then I'm on board. Well, I
agree.
I got the Eagles.
So if my fantasy team wins, the Eagles are in trouble. So. All right, guys, this next game I really like. Houston and Minnesota. This is an interesting one. Because this one, this could go either way. Houston obviously is very good, but Minnesota's defense, they got something there going. Kai, what do you think in this one?
I don't know. I've been going back and forth with this one. I'm not sure. Because this might be a real test for CJ Stroud, see how he does really, because Flores is going to blitz him about 80% of the time. So we'll see how he does under the pressure today. But I don't know how they're going to stop Justin Jefferson. So that's always a question too. But I still might have to pick the Texans to win this game. Barely. This might be a shootout, kind of like it was for the week 1 against the Colts for the Texans. So I'll probably take the Texans in a shootout against Minnesota.
All right, very good. KD, I don't think Justin Jefferson's out. He's playing.
He's
He's
playing.
playing.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him. He's out.
Yeah.
So Hef's got Houston too. All right, Dre, what do you got? Houston, Minnesota.
Yeah, this is a tough one, and also, Mixon is not 100%.
Correct.
No, he's out.
He's out.
He's
right,
out.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like he's been out since that injury he had last week.
I think Pierce is out too, right? So they got 2 running backs out.
Yeah. So they got Cam.
Yeah,
they
got Cam Akers.
They got Cam Akers.
Yeah. And
He's still in the league?
He's still in the league. I didn't look. Is Minnesota home? Is Minnesota home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Minnesota.
It's a home game for Minnesota.
Houston and Minnesota. Yep.
Man, CJ Stroud, man, he's got to carry it today. That's what I think. I'm still not buying. What's the name? The quarterback. I see Ghost.
Sam Darnold.
I'm not buying Sam Darnold. So I'm gonna take Houston. I think Houston's defense is gonna pretty much just pick off with Sam and get a really good lead on them. Minnesota's gonna play catch up.
All right, Mike, what do you think?
Yeah, I hate to say it. I think Sam the damn Darnold. I think they're gonna win. I think they're gonna win. I think Flores and that too high covered defense that they got. It's. I think it's going to cause some confusion. I think it's CJ is going to maybe have an interception or 2 because of that. I think not having a running game, it's not going to be able to keep that defense off balance. And I think Sam Darnold will just make just enough plays. And honestly, I think a lot of it's going to be on Aaron Jones, the running attack they got. And I'm not sure if Houston's defense has arrived yet to a point where they can, consistently stop, teams, especially on the run. So, I think this is just going to be a loss for Houston. I don't think it's going to be a hurtful loss because it's out of conference. It's one of the, I think there's 10 games this week where it's interconference games. And usually those games don't really hurt as much as your in-conference game, in division games. So, if Houston loses it, no big deal, but I think they are going to lose.
All right, Jermaine.
Wow.
I think it's just too many weapons on Houston's offense. I mean, Joe Mixon is out and all that stuff. I mean, and if Flores is going to go ahead and blitz, I mean, if CJ figures it out, I mean, somebody's going to be open and somebody's going to be running, all day, So I'm, like I said, I think it's just too many weapons on the offense for Houston. You're forgetting about. I think Houston defense is a pretty decent defense.
Yeah.
for them and whatnot. So yeah, I'm picking Houston. I'm definitely picking Houston. So.
All right, got to make sure I get to this next one for Kai. Chargers at Pittsburgh. Here we go. This is an interesting Pittsburgh. I just don't know what to make of Mike Tomlin and this team. It's just bizarre, but they don't seem to have an identity. Pittsburgh. I don't know what it is. Like
death taxes and Mike Tomlin going 500. That's always. He's gonna find a way to get this team to 500. That's it.
Man, so he like Kai Chargers Pittsburgh. I can.
Obviously, you're going to pick the Chargers. So Justin Herbert is playing, so he is not out for this game. So he just came through for the Chargers. So it's a win. If we got the better quarterback, we got the better run game right now. Also, I think the Steelers are missing their right tackle, guard, and they have an injured left tackle. So.
Damn.
Bosa and Max should have a field day against Fields, and this defense has been smothering pretty much. I mean, yes, it's the Panthers, yes, but the Raiders did beat the Ravens, so I kind of put some stock into that one. But TJ Watt will be a problem, but that's what the name says. Control-Alt-Delete. We'll see if Joe is up for the task. If he shuts down TJ Watt, he's a Hall of Famer. I don't care. Hall of Famer. Yeah. He's going to be an All-Pro this season because he's I think TJ Watt is the best edge in the league. So if he can shut him down, I don't care who comes on in front of Alt.
Damn. Damn.
Is your team 2-0?
Washington, one Kai, 0 for him.
Yeah, you got a Commanders fan there, Kai. You got to take it with a grain of salt. Yeah, you got to
counterattack.
Actually, that'd be too easy. I'm sorry. They're suffering in their own way. So.
Dre, there's a rumor today that if Fields might get the quick hook for Jermaine's number 1 draft pick guy if it doesn't go well today with Pittsburgh. So I don't know. What do you think? Russell Wilson might pop in. Don't be surprised if this goes south really quickly.
I hope.
Man.
I
know, right?
I never looked at
Justin Herbert. He's kind of hurt, isn't he?
It's a rolled ankle, but
he's a rolled ankle. Okay, he can play on it. Now, my question is, before I answer, do you miss Keenan Allen?
Yeah, I
Keenan
do.
Allen, excuse me.
But he is also hurt right now, so he wouldn't be playing anyway.
I don't know why he's still playing.
He's like 100.
I love Keenan. I wish he was still on this. He would be perfect in this team. I wish he took the pay cut. But he just also is always hurt.
Because you had also Mike Williams too, right?
Yep, and he was also always hurt. So.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm trying to figure out these elite receivers that Herbert has had. They're always injured. So,
but you know who I like? If he can stay, another one that can stay healthy. Because I picked him up in my fantasy. J.K. Dobbins.
Oh
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you expect him to have a very good game today.
Been balling the last 2 weeks, man. If he can stay healthy, man, oh my goodness.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I mean, he's had 130 in each of the first 2 games.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
and the Steelers aren't really a good rush defense.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm a Harbaugh, Michigan Wolverine fan. I like Harbaugh, and despite whatever people say. And when he was,
I don't even know what those people are talking about.
And when he was in the league before, he look what he did with San Fran. So
Mike should know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna take San Diego, and because Pittsburgh, they showed me some actually some little bit improvement from last year. The quarterbacks, with Fields and Wilson. Man, it's a tough one, but Mike Tomlin, I like him too. But I'm gonna take San Diego.
All right, and have trying to start some crap. Mark Brunell was the best quarterback you ever had. Come on, Have.
They had a number 8 card too in Washington. So.
Yeah, and now you got Daniels there, guy. So easy.
This is when to sell the testosterone pills.
Yeah. Mike, I know Tomlin's your boy, but this is gonna be a tough one, I think.
I'm taking the Chargers. I think.
All right.
I think Justin Fields. Look, I mean, he hasn't turned the ball over, but you know it's coming. I don't think they've really fixed him. I think he's just been making some plays and hasn't turned over the ball, but it's coming against this team. I mean, I've seen Khalil Mack and the damage he can do. He's not TJ Watt, but he's definitely very close in the ability to generate pressure. And I don't think Russell Wilson, if he does get into the game, will be much better. I mean, I think he's kind of done. So I think this is just one of those games that Pittsburgh is just going to look kind of ugly. And, even if they don't get blown out, it's still going to look like a blowout. And, they'll find a way to rebound next week. But I don't think I think it's all Chargers this week.
All right, man. He's the KD Drew Brees. All right, Jermaine, who you got in this one?
Man, this is definitely a toss-up.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
This is very tight. I mean, Mike Tomlin. I mean, one of the best coaches in the league. Haven't had to lose a season. Since he's been in the league. So, I mean, and then with the, like I said, I brought up J.K. Dobbins. He may be the X factor today. So I mean, with what's his name, with Herbert. Kind of
Cubert, whatever you want to call him.
Cubert. Cubert. What was that? Yeah. What was that game?
It's Cubert.
Was it Cubert? Oh, all right. Herbert.
Yeah.
Herbert. Yeah, Herbert. Yeah,
definitely gonna be doing some jumping some blocks.
He's not gonna be 100%. So yeah, I'm relying.
They're gonna trank him up, whatever.
Yeah,
right. I feel good. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. So if I had to think, I believe is this in Pittsburgh or San Diego?
Pittsburgh.
I mean, Pittsburgh's home opener.
Yep.
Pittsburgh's home opener. Woo. You
know what? They're gonna be rowdy.
Oh,
yeah,
terrible towels.
Yeah, you know what? I had to go.
Will be waiting.
Now Jermaine switching.
Now I'm seeing. Yeah. All right, now I'm gonna have to go against you, Kai. I'm gonna pick Pittsburgh. I'm gonna take Pittsburgh.
All right.
It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good
10
game.
at its finest.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game. So, but yeah, I'm gonna take Pittsburgh. So,
all right.
Let me change my pick now.
Let me change my pick. All right. This is why I'm in first place. Pick 'em. Hef is not letting that go. All right, guys. I am going to take. I got to go with San Diego in this one. I just don't think that Pittsburgh has enough juice in this one. I think the San Diego's a solid team. Okay, yeah, they got some. They didn't play top-notch teams. You can say they just kind of rolled through, whatever. But I still think they're a solid team, and Harbaugh's going to have them ready to play. So I do think it's going to be, they do have the better quarterback, Kai. You're right. So I do think it's going to be the Chargers in this one. All right, guys, we got two more, but we got to roll through it quickly because we want to get to Mike's quarterbacks real quick. So two really good games. We got the MASH game, San Fran at the Raiders, and then we got Baltimore at Dallas. Both are really good games. Let's start with San Francisco. The MASH game, McGenius, McWheelchair, whatever you want to call it, this guy this week. Kai, who do you like in this one? Oh man. McGenius tends to have his number. Stop McStuffins. Oh my god. Oh man. Out of all the things he could have put up in the background.
I was gonna say, what made you think of that, Mike? Out of all the
I gotta make it big.
Oh my goodness.
McStuffins. I'm blown away off of that. I'm blown away, man.
I think I gotta change my intro.
I couldn't think of a doctor thing, man. I was trying to make it like a doctor thing, and I was just kind of Dr. Stuffing, so why not?
I know, Mike. I know your daughter's like, really?
Yeah. She's like hiding right now, man.
She's like, really?
Yeah, she's hiding. She's like, I don't know him, Yeah.
And I missed the days when Dr. Stuffins was like the best thing with my daughter's son, man. He needs kid now. It's totally different.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
JD's like, come on, y'all. Seriously,
Right,
stop
you
it.
know what,
Yeah.
Mike? That outplaces the bib that you wore, man.
Oh, the bib, yeah.
Oh,
Oh man.
Oh
Jesus.
man.
I got to change my intro next week now.
Yeah.
All right, new intro next week. New intro.
All right, Mike, what's your pick?
Well,
Real quick?
I got Niners. You know, I got the Niners. I think
Alright.
the big question is Ayuk going to step up or not? You know, this is the kind of
No,
game where a guy
he's
like
not.
him for $30 million should be taking over. But honestly, I think Juan Jennings is going to be the guy that's going to step up and be the star of the show for the Niners offense.
Kittles is out too. You know that, right?
Kittle is out.
Yeah.
Debo is out. A lot of guys. I mean, this should be Ayuk's time, but he's not interested.
The ball goes through his hands, man. He got paid.
Well,
God.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think the Rams defense is Swiss cheese, just like the Eagles also. So and they're missing Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who is Stafford throwing to?
Nobody.
So like,
Well,
and I like the 49ers defense is still healthy. Those corners are still healthy. You know, Fred
Isaac
Warner's
Bruce.
still out there. So
Yeah.
I expect the
Isaac
49ers to get back
Yeah.
on track this week. So.
Also, it's a home game for San Francisco, so
That too. It's in LA, but that is going to be a red stadium.
Yeah.
If Ward plays, which Travarius Ward should, cornerback, but he should.
Okay.
But yeah, he should play, but we'll
All
see. Dre, what do you think?
Fred Warner, San Francisco. The defense has got
All right.
That's bottom line.
Jermaine?
Yeah, I mean, come on. Yeah, just like what you said, Kai. They're all beat up on the offense. I mean, who's he going to throw to? And then on top of that, forget the receivers. I mean, their whole offensive line is banged up. They don't
Forgot about
this
that.
is a mess. This is a mess over there. This may be, I mean, San Fran, the get right game, get their confidence back and all that stuff. But yeah, San Fran should just have a great defensive game today. So yeah, I'm taking San Fran.
Yeah, I think it's too much. I think San Francisco is going to roll over them. Too much to recover from for McGenius there.
Yeah.
All right. And last one really quickly, guys. Baltimore at Dallas. You know, the Dak attack, you know how it is. So, Mike, Dak attack, you feeling it?
nope, not Ravens.
Nope. Yep. Same.
They're not
Guys going with that?
They're not going on. The Ravens cannot go on 3. This not.
Man, if the
They
Ravens
can't.
go 0-3, Harbaugh they might fire him.
They might.
He might not even get on the plane.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
He's not on the plane back to Baltimore. Simple
But
as that.
Hef brought up a good point. It's whoever loses today, do they make the playoffs?
I'll tell you
Ravens,
what.
no.
Yeah, 0-3, yeah.
0-3?
Yeah,
0-3 is hard.
And if say the Steelers beat us today, they're 3-0.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'll tell you what, though. You think it's going to be hot in Philadelphia? If Dallas goes 1-2, you're going to see Jerry Jones. It's going to get hot in Dallas.
It's been hot there for the last 30 years. Man, come on.
You're talking about Ezekiel Elliott's going to be their game plan today. Come on.
Ezekiel Elliott, that's just man.
Yeah.
This isn't
That's just a
2015.
mess.
Why did you bring him back? I don't get that. Dre, help us out here. Come on. Dallas have hope? Any hope?
Hell no, man. Man, I want my money back from last
Yeah.
week. Remember what I said? Back.
Yep.
It's stealing money, man, left and right. I mean, the
Mhm.
highest paid quarterback. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm like,
Yeah.
listen, man.
Yeah.
Ravens got to win. Not got to. They're gonna win this game, and they got to get themselves pulled together if they want to get back in the division. I mean, 'cause you got Ravens and Cincinnati both on the bottom, and you got Pittsburgh on top, and Cleveland's just Cleveland in the middle. And then, like I said, man, Ravens are gonna win this game, and then Jerry Jones is gonna realize he got to cut that money from Dak. I'm sorry, man. It's just I'm done.
Deion's going to be the next coach for the Dallas Cowboys. That's all. He's just
John
trying to get through this season. Huh?
John Harbaugh.
There you go.
I don't think he can.
Yeah.
I don't think he can work for Jerry. You got to be a coach that can work for that guy, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't think Harbaugh could do that. Either Harbaugh could do that.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
Man.
unless he gets himself a GM. like a real GM.
Hey, that's not
They could
happening.
Yeah.
I got Bill Belichick as the next coach of the Cowboys. I'm
No,
sorry.
they ain't got that. I don't think
Actually,
that's
I
gonna-
did. I heard that too.
I don't think that's
I
gonna.
can't-
I don't think that's
I
gonna
can't
happen.
see that happening
Because,
either.
look, yeah,
I'm making
Bill
a
Belichick
listen.
is a top tier coach. When is the last time the Dallas Cowboys had a top tier coach and they battled
Before
with
Jerry
Jerry
Jones?
Jones and they was going? Parcells.
I'm gonna make this prediction,
I
and
guess.
guys, remember this on this episode, whatever time it is, 45-18. Washington will be over Dallas. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Ooh.
It's going. I'm telling you that right now. That's how bad Dallas is.
Man, we'll
Washington.
find out.
Yeah. All right. I kind of agree and disagree. I don't know, Dre. I don't know because I think Washington is still another. Remember, I was telling you before, Washington is still another year or two out. You know what I mean? As far as being a legitimate team, you know. So you could be right. I don't know. 45.
But Dallas is not a legitimate
I
team,
don't
so that's
know.
why they're up front right now.
Yeah, that's right.
Washington had to win with 7 field goals against the Giants, man. I mean, it wasn't, they won to win, but dang, 7 field goals against that team. I mean,
And the Giants scored 3 touchdowns. Like,
they should have won if they had a kicker. I mean, that was the reason the Giants lost. They couldn't kick the ball.
I'm sorry, I still can't get over that topic stuff into the background. I'm just, I just see this hand waving at me, and I'm like, oh my god,
Gotta make it fun, Sal. Gotta make it fun, man.
that's right. All right, let's. Dre talked about the highest paid quarterback. Give me my money back. Mike, you ready to bring up this screen, or do you need a little time?
Yeah, no, I'll bring it up. But I guess
Okay.
first off, we talked last week about getting my money back and these big contracts and stuff the guys had, and that Falcons game. There's another time. You said minute and 38 that was important, but another time that was important to the game was 34 seconds, and that's the time that the ball got kicked off to the Eagles, and they started from the 30. And all you had to do was get maybe roughly 30, 35 yards to get into field goal range for, Captain Jake Elliott to have a shot, And I hate to say it, I watched that and thought to myself, they're not going to win, and that's the concern I have with quarterback in this league. And sure enough, there was 2 plays. The first play was a completion. The second play was the interception. And you look at the state of quarterback play, you start to ask yourself about some of these quarterbacks, and you're just like, I don't know, who do you trust in a situation like that? And the guys like Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson or some of these guys that got big paid contracts, you can't say that, and I feel like there's a decline in quarterback play, especially great, good quarterback or great quarterback play. Sometimes they're great, but no one gets Rodgers anymore, or no one gets Mahomes, other than that you're playing Patrick Mahomes, but you don't get Hurts, you don't get Purdy, you don't get golf, you don't get any of that stuff. And then, if you even look at, and I'll pull up the stats real quick of some of the league leaders, and yes, we are week 2, and I think, some guys will regress a little bit, but if you can see my screen real quick, but you look at based on QBR, which is quarterback rating, factors in all the stats into a rating. And the guys that are at the top, like Derek Carr, Kyler Murray, Josh Allen's a good one, but if I go to the NFC where I think the problem is more of an issue, some of these top
a lot of
guys,
NFC teams there.
Yeah,
a lot of the top guys, Derek Carr, Kyler Murray. Look at all these guys are like
Geno Smith,
journeymen. And then Hurts is up here, Purdy's up here, but then look, Dak is 22nd ranked quarterback. He's the highest paid player in the league. Daniel Jones, what kind of contract he got? He's 24. Jared Goff just got rewarded a big contract. That Lions game, they had like 4 chances to go down and score. I was looking at it. The score was 2016 for the majority of the fourth quarter.
Darnold.
This is an issue, man. And people were saying, well, it's because of the too high shell defense, and so it's making quarterbacks look ugly. There's more running, which is true because of the way teams are playing defense against the pass. So teams are running more, so quarterbacks don't look as effective. But it's supposed to be a quarterback league, and I feel like as a quarterback league, we don't really have great play or even talent to some degree at quarterback. And I don't know if you guys agree with that, but I think it's an issue.
100% agree. 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you're paying these high quarterbacks to perform. Like, Kirk Cousins, he say what you want about him, but again, he had that winning drive last week. When is the last time you've seen Jalen Hurts take his team down the field for a winning drive?
Buffalo.
So,
the 2017 season.
Yeah, I mean, he had a chance last week.
2021. But I'm being funny.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. And I agree with you, Mike. It's great. I'm so appreciative you sharing that with us, because that is the truth. We'll see how it transpires. Like you said, it is only week 3, but still the pattern's there. So
Jim Harbaugh came into the league at the right time.
Yeah,
they're running the football more. Yeah. That's what he likes to do.
Yeah,
and the reason Kyle Murray, exactly, Kai.
So he's running right down their throat. We coming right again. Here we go. Power.
Boom.
Boom. Handing it off. Oh yeah, we fourth quarter. We still doing it. Power.
Yeah.
We still coming. And pretty much you break their will like as the game goes on.
Right.
They just give up.
And Kyle Murray reason is because of Marvin Harrison Jr. He went the hell off.
Great,
right? So that pushed Kyle Murray up there. And look how Dak's all the way down, because he couldn't get the ball to CeeDee Lamb, and he couldn't get it to his tight end either.
Yeah.
Is Lamb playing? Because I know he was hurt. Is he playing?
Yeah,
I think Lamb
I know he was hurt during the week.
Okay. I'm just talking about how week 1 when he didn't have him, right?
Yeah.
You got all these guys up there in front that actually had big plays. So, but you're right, Mike. I totally 100% agree with this, and we'll see, because even Patrick Mahomes haven't had a really big.
He has. He has.
He's been very quiet.
That's been bad.
But you still believe if you have 34 seconds left to get a field goal, you have Patrick Mahomes.
Oh,
if
absolutely.
You're a fan of that team. You're like, we're gonna win. And that's why I think the issue is that I think a lot of fan bases can't say that. I don't think Green Bay can feel like, oh, Jordan Love is going to win this game for us, Or, like I said, I don't think as Eagles fans, you guys could look at Hurts and feel confident that he would win that game for you, and he didn't. Brock, I think he could, but, he's been in that situation and he's come through, but I like to see it more often. But Jared Goff, it feels like the ceiling and the floor is like very close, with quarterback play, and it's like you if you're Carolina, you have, and Carolina's a bad team, but you saw the kind of quarterback play they had with Bryce Young, and it's just kind of like it's bad, and so the team is bad, and you can't go nowhere if you have a bad quarterback. But if you have a good quarterback, you feel like that's just like the bare requirements, to having a team that can win, but you just don't feel like you can go I don't know. It just feels like teams aren't, the guys aren't really leading teams or winning the game or taking over a game. It just doesn't feel like, I don't know. There's some of the classic guys you think of
you're right. It's all about the money, guys. It's all about the money getting paid, because you don't look back at what we've grown up from. You know what I mean? The Dan Marinos, the Joe Montanas, the Steve Youngs, all those guys, Ben Roethlisberger. You can trust those guys going down the field and winning the game and whatnot. You know what I mean? So now, the era has changed big time.
Manning.
You know what I mean?
Peyton Manning. Brady.
Yeah, Brady. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Brady. You knew with 34 seconds.
The ball back with any time.
Yeah, exactly. They knew. Everybody knew. With 20 seconds, that's too long. That's
even
5
Even
minutes.
Phillip Rivers.
Rivers is another one.
Yeah.
See, those are the ones that we. Yeah. That's a good point, Mike.
I just feel like if you go through all the list of quarterbacks right now,
you don't have no trust. You don't have no faith.
Mahomes is like Mahomes and maybe Allen are like the two guys I could think of, but I should be able to say that about Lamar. I should be able to say that about Jalen Hurts. I should be able to say that about Joe Burrow and some of these guys that or Tua or but
maybe Josh Allen
for that money.
I would trust
the money involved. You would think you should be able to trust those guys.
Yeah,
with that rewarded for that. But I don't. I'm sorry, I just don't trust them.
Well, that's a good point, man. You should go to ESPN and tell them to say something, man. You know what I mean? With quarterbacks or something, make it national known. It's like, yo, there's some bum quarterbacks out here, you know what I mean, getting paid all this money. Do y'all trust them to go down the field with 34 seconds left? No, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't. You don't.
Yeah. I mean, there is some national discourse about it. I've seen it on ESPN a little bit. A lot of it, even Mel Kiper came on there and said, "Oh, the two shell defense is killing football."
Oh my
because
God, that
I said,
was
"What are you talking about, dude?"
That was the worst take I've ever heard, man. I was
like,
He's horrible,
you're gonna blame the defense
Yeah.
for the offense's problem.
Yeah.
Like, the offense just needs, the guys just need to just make plays. They just need to find the right guy. They need to make the right decision. I mean, it's just like even in that Eagles game, and I hate to keep pounding on Hurts, but I mean, there were moments where I was just kind of like he was running the ball the whole time, and then the one time where it's like you need to run for that first down, and he decided to throw it, and that's just like,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
There was just some of those things where it's just like, man, this is that moment you can really like establish yourself like you're elite, up there, and we can trust you to win the game, and it just didn't happen.
Like Joel Embiid.
Yeah. Oh God, let's not even go there.
Don't get
you still get rewarded for it, right?
You got rewarded for being injured your whole damn life. What the heck?
Damn, I wish I was playing now with my ankle. I mean my foot.
Yeah, your foot. Yeah.
It was like
$1 million and your foot is all checked.
What's worse than that is freaking Ben Simmons getting traded for. That's even freaking Ben Simmons.
And he broke his back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
We'll see. We'll see how quarterback. I mean, it's still early in the season. Hopefully, some of these guys step up and we start to see what we really expect to see from them. But I just feel like the early results, and even from last year, we saw a little bit of it. That it's like the guys get paid. Maybe it's just getting paid is the thing, but you just want to see them hit another level, and
you're right.
I haven't seen it yet.
You ever seen it? No clutch. It's no clutch in the game to where you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm going down the field and I'm winning this game. It's nothing.
Yep.
It's not there.
It's usually ending with a lot of defenses getting stops now.
Yeah.
Versus actual, maybe they scored the drive before and then the defense won the game. Really.
Yeah.
Versus
Exactly.
The quarterback actually winning the game.
Yeah.
So you're getting a lot more of that.
Good point.
Yeah.
That's true.
So.
That's true.
Well, that's awesome, guys. Let's wrap this thing up. Great conversations today. Kai, you've been an awesome guest. We'd love to have you back, man, for sure.
Right.
We appreciate you giving us Kellen Moore. Jesus.
You stress you out. You just got to end your head pulsated a little bit. We'll stress.
We'll see what happens this week. And guys, can we please get rid of this kickoff rule? Is it me or is it just driving you nuts? I can't stand this new kickoff.
That's what I'm saying.
I told you guys.
I like it. That's just me.
Oh, you like it?
Oh man, I don't like it.
I told you guys, man. When I heard about it off season when they changed the rule, I said, "What?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Why don't you just give
you got to
it
get
to
used
him?
to it.
Just give it to him. Put it on and I like the ball actually on the 25-yard line, whatever 20-yard line when you start. Like
versus the
I hate
30.
it. I understand the safety, like I mentioned before. I get it. That's 100%. Safety is important, but just punt the ball and worry about injuries through there. But when it's kickoff, just give it back to them.
That's why I said it's gonna be flag football. Everything is just gonna be so. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy.
Man.
Crazy.
Yo, what up, Shuffy? Appreciate you getting in there. Hey, thank you to our guest today. We really appreciate you as always. Kai, thank you again. We really appreciate having you on, guys. Best of luck to your Chargers today against Pittsburgh and
fingers crossed.
Season. Yeah. And we'll get you on again for sure. As always, if you've never checked out our show before, we're on every Sunday at 11 a.m. Again, it's the Enough Said podcast. And we have a special guest on that we're going to record Tuesday night. We'll release it next Sunday. Somebody who produces games for the NFL, Bobby Reed. So make sure you check that out next week. You can check us out also online, YouTube, Enough Said podcast. You can email us at enoughsaidcrew@gmail.com as well. And we appreciate you subscribing or liking, and you'll get all our latest information and some inside tips too whenever you follow us on social media. So thank you, everybody, for all that. Hey, guys, Dre's flashing up at the bottom of the screen, some of those extra addresses there. Thank you, Dre. Appreciate that. Instagram and all that. Guys, enjoy the games today. We got a great week coming up here, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
I was just about to ask you, take us out some Bobby stuff. I was just about to say that.
Don't be afraid, the dark really knows her stuff.
Oh my God.
On that note, oh my God. Have a good week, everybody.
Have a good week.
Have a good one.